YouTube. Welcome back. You're probably thinking, that's not a Road Glide. No, it's not. It's a Fat Boy. Belongs to Phil. Say hi, Phil.
Howdy, howdy.
We're going to be putting a set of handlebars off of a Road Glide on Phil's Fat Boy this evening. And we thought we'd bring you all along for the adventure of it, because I've never done it, he's never done it. But we're going to see what we can tear up. And we'll bring you all along for the adventure. First thing we're going to do is get the fuel tank off. So go ahead and enjoy the intro, and we'll get the fuel tank off and bring you all back in. Fuel tank removal, 2020 Fat Boy. Screw here, screw here. It'll take your dash off, and it'll take your speedometer off. Then you can pull, go ahead Phil. You can pull your wiring harness up through, unplug it. Then you'll have a bolt back there that goes all the way through. There'll be a nut on the other side. A bolt there with a nut on the other side. You need to pull your side cover off. There's just one Allen screw. We pulled both side covers off because we're doing a lot to this. And disconnect your breather hose or overflow, whatever you want to call it. Then pick that up a little bit, Phil.
Yep, sure will.
There's a wiring harness right here for your fuel pump. Hold on a second.
Yep.
Plugs in right there, and then you get your breather hose. And Phil's going to take that tank and set it over there on a blanket, and we're going to tear some more stuff up. You probably don't have to do all this, but I'm going to, just for precaution's sake. Guy's got a really nice bike, new bike. He keeps it clean. I'm going to take the mirrors off. I'm going to take the lights off, and then I'm going to work on taking the controls apart. I do know you don't want to mess your ribbons up when you take your controls off. And then we're going to do something about getting his brake line lowered down, so we can get that drained when the time comes, because we got to change cables and everything, because they don't give you enough. So we're going to YouTube. We got the controls off. I ain't worried about taking the grip off this side. You don't really need to. Grip came off that side. Careful with your throttle by wire deal there. Lights. These are different than the Road Glide. Now, next thing we need to do is pop the headlight out. So Phil's going to pop his cover off. We already took a screw out of the bottom. We're going to pop the headlight out because all your wires run down through here. And then you'll have a rubber boot right here you pull out, and that's how you gain access to all your plugs. But I gotta get back in there and cut a bunch of zip ties, and it'll be easier to do if we pop that headlight out. So we're gonna pop the headlight out. Once we get the headlight popped out, we'll find something else interesting to show you guys, provided we don't screw anything up. But in the meantime, grab a cold beverage and enjoy. Alright Phil, tell them what you did.
We took the headlight assembly all apart. We had to pull the cowling off to get the headlight out because the bolts were sunk down under here. We couldn't get to them. And unplug your headlight. We got our wire ties on our harness that go straight up through with the clutch cable to the handlebars, which is coming out.
And then, here, explain this to me. Riser bolt. Riser bolt. Why is this one longer than that one? Somebody answer that for me.
No idea.
But you've got a little Torx head screw here, one up here, same thing on the other side, and then you got one for your brake line over on that side. Take those out and your cover comes off. There's two in the top of the cover that go into your headlight bezel and all that stuff, and then you can pull that off. And then, like Phil said, you got two down here. Headlight comes out, unplug it. It gives you that much more room. Probably didn't have to do all that stuff to change the handlebars, but we're just trying to get as much room as we possibly can to do this so we can see what's going on, because neither one of us have a clue as to what the fuck we're doing. Alright, YouTube, plugs. Can you bring it in here, honey? I have my wife recording now. You've got a plug here you gotta unplug, a plug here you gotta unplug, a plug here you gotta unplug, a plug here you gotta unplug. And then, I don't know if she can get this or not, you've got a plug here you gotta unplug, and a plug right there you gotta unplug. So welcome to the wonderful world of electronics and motorcycles. Then there's going to be another plug we're going to have to trace out. But we're trying to get the wiring harness all undone so we can get the handlebars off. And then run all the wires through the handlebars and run his heat grips through the handlebars and all that fun stuff. Okay, YouTube, I just figured something else out. It was by sheer accident. Go ahead. It's a pain in the butt, but this little block here, you can get that thing all the way out of the neck. So do that. And then, you see, you've got a plug here that you got to undo. This one's just a dead one, but then you can work with all your other plugs relatively easily. It's going to be a pain in the butt to get all that stuff back in there, but at the same time, we're going to have to run his heat grips down here and through the neck as well. This is for the headlight. It's getting on my nerves, so I'm going to unplug it. And hopefully I don't forget to plug it back in. But we got one more plug to unplug. Right there. And boom. That is everything for the handlebars, because the brake or clutch cable is already disconnected off the handlebars. So we'll set up the tripod, show you guys how to pull the bars off. Alright, YouTube. We got all the wiring undone. And we'll figure out where all that goes later. You have, you can get in here, honey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/16 Allen bolts to take out. So I had to send Phil to his house to get a grinder, because we are taking handlebars off of a Road Glide and putting them on his Fat Boy. I know. Don't even bother with the comment. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you know what? We're going to do it. Just because the guy's limited on money, and it will work. We'll find a way. But we've got to grind. Your switch housings are different. On the Road Glides, you got these little nipples on both sides. So we got to grind them off. And I don't have a grinder here at the house. And I didn't know I was going to need one, or I'd have brought one home with me from the shop. So, luckily he's got one. He don't live too far away. He's going to go get one. Take that bolt out. Take that bolt out. And boom. There. Put the bolt back in. And set that out of the way. Take that bolt out. Take that bolt out. Now, And now theoretically, if I did this correctly, these handlebars will pull right off. Just like that. So now what we're going to do is pull all the wiring out and run all the new wiring through the new bars. But we gotta wait on my buddy Phil, whose bike this is, to get back with the grinder to grind the tits off the old bars. So, or the new bars. New old bars. They're used bars. They came off my buddy's 19 Pro Glide. So, anyway, we'll bring y'all back in once we got that done.